me, I've got an energy that's connected into you of somebody who won't talk to you, okay? They feel they can't talk to you. I feel there's a lot of regret, but I do feel they're starting to open up to somebody else, possibly a friend, okay? Now with you, they just can't say it. But I feel with this friend, there's going to be a full emotional confession. So let me just get a card. Okay, let's see what comes out first. Rejection. Okay, I feel what they're going to say to this friend straight out of the gate is because they abandoned you. They feel now that they let you down massively, okay? And they dismissed your feelings. They weren't there for you when you really needed them. When you were at your lowest, I just feel this person either didn't understand or they didn't want to understand, okay? But I feel that they're going to tell this person and they're going to admit what they've done, all right? They have a fear that you won't reciprocate. I'm hearing the word reciprocate. Let's just have one more, please. Yeah, they have been very distracted, your person, and that they are going through a lot of delays in their life for some reason. I'll just keep that one out. I just want to see what the delays are. But what I feel they regret massively is there was a change in your life and they weren't there for you. They weren't supportive. They didn't back you up. You know, we all need a friend in need at times, and you were in a relationship and that was the one person you should have depended on. And I just hear in the words, they just let you fall, okay? They let you fall. So let me go into this a little bit deeper. I'll give this another quick shuffle. I'm going to get my tarot deck out. We'll see what the delays are. Also, have a look at their environment. Anything else that comes out, you know me, and also, are they going to do anything? Because sometimes people will just talk about it. Sometimes I've seen it that people confess, you know, to a friend, they let it all out, but they haven't got the wherefore to actually make that move. So let's see. All right, let's give these a shuffle. Just while I'm shuffling though, thanks for being here as ever. Thank you for all your comments. I do read all of them. If you'd like a reading, just click on the title of the video. Links are below in the description box. Everything's on the website. Go check it out and check out the limited $1 reading as well if you want to. Okie dokie everyone. Okie dokie. Let's see, anything else? Trapped. They're feeling trapped, tied down and captive. Okay, I feel that's got something to do with these delays. So I'm going to pop those there. I'm going to get my tarot deck out in a minute. Like I said, let's have another look. I don't know if someone's been doing witchcraft on them. Someone's put a curse on them, or they could just be in a situation where they're with somebody or a group of people who are just very negative. You know, you do become what your environment is or the people you mix with. If you're with someone who is critical or just very negative, in the end, you know, there's a saying, it drags you down. So we've not even got into their environment yet. Let's have a look. See what these three are about. I do feel they are, yeah, I just feel their energy's pretty low. I feel their energy's low. What's all this about? What's all this trapped energy? What's going on, please? Yes, Four of Swords. They are, you know, I feel what's trapping them as well mentally. Swords are mental energy. Thoughts, etc. They can't talk to you. They want to, but I don't know if they've blocked you and now you've blocked them, but it's almost like the lines of communication are not open. There could have been intermittent communication with you, but I do feel now that it's pretty much blocked. But going back to delays, yeah, they're feeling overwhelmed, they're stressed, There's a lot of anxiety surrounding them. They just don't know what to do. I think, you know, sometimes the simple thing is they just don't know what to do with it all. But I feel that their anxiety is getting the better of them and their stress levels are really high, that they're now confessing to this friend. Yes, they're confessing to the friend that they want to send you a message. Okay, the friend could be younger than them. Okay, could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but they are telling this friend that they want to message you. Okay, but also because of the way they were in the past, you know, they were they let you down, but also you encouraged them when they needed it. Whatever that was, let me know in the comments. There was some encouragement when they were a bit flat and a bit down. There was some encouragement that you gave them, but they did not reciprocate. I keep hearing that word, reciprocate. And I feel they broke your heart. Okay, I feel they broke your heart. What's this one, Keels, again? Right, why are they feeling? Give me something stuck. It's like the hands are tied, literally. Yes, Knight of Swords in reverse. They've missed an opportunity. That they're not going anywhere. But the thing with the Knight of Swords is, think of putting a stallion in a stable, a racehorse stallion, thoroughbred. You know, and you keep it cooped up. In the end, they start kicking the door. Okay, your ex has the energy of the Knight of Swords, but that stable door is bolted, and this is why I think they're in the Four of Swords. They don't know what the hell to do now. That's why they're reaching out to somebody else. They know they were rude. They know they were hurtful. They were tactless. They could have been toxic as well, Knight of Swords. But they were really, they feel just really trapped. You know, it's a really strong energy. They did oppose you on a lot of things. And I feel that they opposed your plans as well. There was some plans you had, you know, you wanted to do something and they were always, you always felt like you had to, I don't know, walk on eggshells around them. You know, that you had to be always sort of looking out or aware of what their needs were. You know, I just honestly don't feel towards the end of this relationship that you could ever truly put yourself first. And this was part of the hurt because they let you down. They just let you down. So yeah, they're like a horse in a stable that can't get out. Okay. Karma. They're facing their karma. It always comes around that, doesn't it? What goes around comes around, okay? Consequences. They're facing the consequences of what they did. It might have been a while since you separated. I've seen people get karma years later, okay? You never know when, and you never know how. But their karma is this, that they've missed an opportunity. They've acted out. They've been impulsive. But it's just really they weren't there for you. I think that's, I just feel it, just like almost like I feel your pain. And you just felt you had nobody when you needed them the most. There's that song, isn't it, When I Needed You the Most? I can't remember that one at all. I can hear it, but I cannot for the life of me remember a lyric. Let me know if you know it. It's a song with a lyric, When I Needed You the Most. Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. They just let you down. They just were looking out for themselves. I can't sugarcoat it really. The King of Cups is emotionally unstable, very childish emotions. It's all about them. They will emotionally play mind games with you. So they use that, so they know that by upsetting you emotionally, they're playing games, okay? and they could have had addictions as well. But linking it into where they are now and their stress and why they're feeling trapped, they've taken some bad advice from someone, whoever that is, whatever that is. There's some advice they took or some road they've travelled down that's turned out to be a dead end, okay? And that, I feel, is their karma. So that's why I feel they're reaching out to this one friend, because I think if they don't unburden, like, they just won't cope anymore. I don't feel that your ex likes being trapped. I don't feel they like being confined. I feel their energy is quite, I don't know really, it is an impulsive energy. So it's almost like I say, the horse and stable sort of analogy. One more, please. Yeah, there's a decision to be made. We've got the Two of Swords. That's the energy they're sitting in. You know, there's a stalemate. They've cut off communication, or they hurt you. You're now getting on with your life. The one thing I will say about this card is that quite often it can mean in love that somebody's met their match with you. You've got yourself back up on your feet, even though I'm sure it still hurts a lot. If this is your reading today, because I can feel hurt, okay, I can feel it today. But you've got yourself back up. You're realising who you are, because you are amazing. Don't ever let anyone tell you you're not. You are wonderful and perfect just the way you are. You're a sovereign being, okay? But there's painful choices to be made, and they've been turning a blind eye to it for quite a while, just ignoring the chaos that's going on around them. They haven't faced it. They don't know what to do. They don't know which way to move. They've burnt their bridges with you, okay? And this is where this friend energy is coming in, I feel. Okay, they've got to face their fears. They've got to face them. They have to face their fears. Yeah, I've got them also in an energy of just at a standstill. But the Nine of Pentacles has come out in the reverse, so they have got a lack of independence and stability wherever they are. If you're seeing one thing, it isn't what's going on here. They are birding the cage. You see, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse can talk about somebody who's gone to something because it's, you know, Nine of Pentacles is you've more or less got everything. You know, you're quite stable, etc., etc. But it can mean that you've gone into a situation, but now there's a price to pay, and you're like a bird trapped in a cage, going back to the horse in the stable. That is really what the message is for you today, that is what energy they're in at the moment. There could have been some reckless spending, okay, but they're just stuck. They're just at a standstill in their energy. You know, their energy is just very, very stuck. I think they were greedy with something, whatever that was, and they've made a very hasty mistake. But, you know, for me, and I'll say it again, I just feel their deceit and their lies, and when you needed them, they just didn't. They didn't stand on for you. You know, life is, you know, there's seasons in life, some are better than others, and you were going through a tough time, and I think you felt at the end that, were they ever honest? Okay, Seven of Swords is here. All right, you know, were they ever honest? Did they ever tell you the truth? It's like they just made a break for it. The going got tough and they legged it, as we say in the UK. It means they ran off. You know, they just they were there for the good times, That's what I feel. Okay, let's get this little deck out. Don't know why. Let's see anything else in their environment. On one hand, sometimes they are determined that they want to speak to you. Cross that card for me. Cross that card for me. But then it's just, they're just in a dream world. You know, they're just in an absolute dream world. There is regret here. Massive regret. Okay. Let's have a look at this deck, then I'll get to the outcome. I knew you were the one when I met you. This is what they're not telling you, okay? You thought they were the one. I think what really hurt was some people, you know, you just know they're not going to help, don't you? Even if you want them to. There are some people deep down in your heart and soul, you just know they're all surface level, okay? Surface level people, good time people, okay? But this particular person that you were with, you really thought they were deeper than that. And that was shocking. I just heard the word shocking. I'm ready for commitment. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this outcome is in a minute. I've been manifesting you. Maybe that's what the witchcraft is. Now, witchcraft, it's an interesting word, okay? You know, words are spells, okay? Words are spells. That's why it's called spelling. So the words you speak. So I feel there is a link here that they have possibly been using the law of assumption, or they've realised that if they speak it into existence. I feel they're quite desperate. Okay, I think they are willing to try anything, but are they going to actually get out of that Two of Swords energy, take the blindfold off and actually tell you the truth, give you clarity, okay, and be honest? So let's see. Let's get my Rider-Waite. Ace of Swords, bottom of the deck, you never know. Let's have a look. Rider-Waite deck. What is the best possible outcome, please? Is this person going to get off their sofa, as we say, or are they going to just wallow in their own self-pity? This deck's heavy. I don't know. Do you know, I just don't know with this energy today. There they are, the King of Swords. So they're the one. They're here. They are still in your energy. King of Swords doesn't show emotions though. The King of Swords is words. The King of Swords thinks. They don't feel. Okay. What's this King of Swords going to do? Your ex could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but their energies come out, so they are still in your energy. Page of Pentacles, a message, yeah. I feel you possibly will get a message. It could be, you know, a message from that friend that I channeled right back at the beginning before I started today. Just a friend, somebody younger, okay? But I do feel there will be a message. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. I feel might need your help, okay? And I feel that you, as ever, you get to choose, okay? You always get to choose. Tarot just reflects the energy, but energy changes. So you choose your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions about this situation will bring the result, okay? You will project that out, the story you tell, so you always choose, right? Tarot is a weather forecast. It will channel the predominant energies, and the future always comes out based on the trajectory of the energies now, but it's not written in stone, ever. Okay, but at the moment, yeah, they will possibly need your help with that Six of Pentacles, or they will hope that you will meet them halfway. Yes, I do feel that. I do feel they will come back in via this friend, possibly, like I said, asking for some help with the Six of Pentacles. But if nothing else, I can see that you will reach, whether you decide to take it further or not. But there will be a mutual agreement. I'm just hearing the word, saying the bad blood will go, okay? So be prepared. There will be some form of communication from this person. Now, the Page of Pentacles with the message card, for me, in love, this can, yeah, the Page of Pentacles can be someone who becomes a little bit upset, you know, a bit obsessive, totally focused on you, okay? King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, their thoughts are totally focused on you. But the Page of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles can speak of someone who needs help in the material, finances, physical stuff, okay? Because it's a page. They've got good intentions, but they don't always have a lot to bring to the table in the physical. Okay, so just bear that in mind, but I will leave that with you. So expect, I wonder if we've got a, don't know why, I'm just going to split this deck, see if we've got a timing. High Priestess, that's water energy. That can be the summer water cups, but it's also, I feel sometimes the High Priestess is more a card, to be honest, in love readings. It's one of two cards. Sometimes you're not quite meant to know. I know that wasn't really answering it for you, was it? But it can also represent, I feel, Pisces. So I'll leave it with you, but you get to choose. Remember, you're worthy, you're good enough. You always have been. You've got a right of reply, and you are amazing, okay? You always have been. We get conditioned by people, family, society, relationships, and we've got all this buried, okay? When we're telling ourselves a story, half the time about ourselves, we don't even know we're telling. Override it. Just remember, you are the best. There's nobody better than you, okay? Keep going. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.